Yeah, so you have Odell, Jadeveon Clowney, who had a fantastic season,
Great year.
Ronald Darby, J.K. Dobbins, who can never stay healthy, Devin Duvernay, Gus Edwards, Justin Matabuke, Patrick Queen, who is going to get paid, John
Super paid.
Simpson, Geno Stone, who I believe led their team in interceptions, Kyle Van Noy, and Kevin Zeitler. So they have two of their starting guards are going to be free agents. Again, leading interception guy, their safety, and Geno Stone, their stud inside linebacker, couple of defensive ends who are going to end up being free agents. Only $13 million in cap space. Now, there is a couple of options here to free up a little bit of cap. Marcus Williams is going to be on that cut line. I think you could save about $7 million, and the guy who usually plays behind him is Geno Stone, who's going to be a free agent. So, and I think you can, because he didn't play as much, I think you might be able to get a little bit less contract out of Geno than with Marcus. Mark Andrews saves $11 million. Mark Andrews is one of the best tight ends in the league. I'm a big Isaiah Likely guy. Do you move off of Mark Andrews? You could save $11 million by moving off of him, and you
Well, and
still
what
have
can
a
you
stud
get in
at tight
return
end.
for him? It's not just saving money. It's what
Yeah.
can you get for him?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, if you can move Mark Andrews to free up the money to bring back Queen, I don't know if that'll be enough money. If there's a team I have in particular, I think Jerry Jones needs to get his checkbook out and walk up to Queen and say, "Here, write your number on it. Come play linebacker for us," and that would solve a lot of your guys' problems. But if you can move off that defense was so good this year, man. I watched it, and a lot of those picks that Brock threw against them, I didn't think were like really, normal picks, but
Yeah.
they smashed us. Like they smashed us, and now they're sitting on the couch. Like me, like you, they're sitting on the couch. So
Yep.
I don't know. Roquan's getting a little bit older. Mark Andrews blew out his ankle this year, and you got a backup right behind him that's really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. You move off of Mark Andrews to keep Queen or to retool. I mean, I think honestly, Zay Flowers is cool. I like him, but they need another guy. Like they need
Yeah.
another, big time threat. Whether it's a wide receiver or a big time running back threat, whatever it's going to be, they need another weapon. So,
And it seems like they want a running back threat. I mean, for how much stock they've put into the running back position, it seems like they want that running back threat with Lamar Jackson, and it just hasn't happened. They have 8 picks in the NFL draft, and 30th being the first. So they start off at 30th overall. I've seen a couple of guys linked to them.
that seems like Blake Corum territory to me.
What's his name? I don't know if this is really 30th overall range. I think this guy could probably go later, but I think is it Jackson Polk?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what his name is? So a lot of people say like that's a Raven through and through. That's a guy who can go there. You need a guy who's bigger bodied at the end of the day. You have all these small guys. Even Rashad Bateman's like 6 foot. He's not big, even though I've always thought of Rashad Bateman as a bigger wide receiver, and plus the guy's just not that good.
You
But
imagine Lamar Jackson with Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah,
or Lamar Jackson with Christian McCaffrey, or Lamar Jackson with Bijan Robinson, or whatever the case may be, like a certified stud at the running back position. That just how would you even defend that? Like that's really, I think, their lack to find a strong contributor at the run game has hurt them. And I think it was last season, the year before, they dug out the corpse of Mark Ingram towards the end of the season because they had so many injuries, but. They need an offensive weapon for sure.
Yep. Yeah, no. And then looking at the other side, going back to the NFC, I want to take a look at the Lions offseason outlook. They have a couple of free agents, namely the guy who waved bye-bye to the Niners fans.
CJ.
He's going to be a free agent. Your guard, Graham Glasgow, is going to be a free agent.
Bye, Felicia.
Jonah Jackson's going to be a free agent. Your backup guard, Vaitai, the guy who's a super long name, Halapu V. Vaitai, that guy.
I give you credit for trying.
Yes, credit. You have Emmanuel Mosley, who's going to be a free agent, and Josh Reynolds is also going to be a free agent who had a sneaky good season. Good news is you have $58 million in cap space.
Yeah.
Nice. Other good news is you can cut a guy like Tracy Walker who saves another $8 million. Great. You also have 7 picks in the NFL draft, with the first one starting at pick 29. So they start pick number 29, and I'm kind of where do you think will the Lions pick up at 29? What are they really going for here?
Do you have are those just notes that are open in front of you?
Away at the.
Mm-hmm. I know we're gonna have to figure out a better way to do this as we get into the offseason stuff. But do you have their salary cap in front of you, or did you just have notes?
I just have notes
because they're gonna give.
I had the cap space.
They're gonna give Jared Goff an extension this offseason, which is gonna lower his cap hit. I think his cap hit is like 25 or 28 million next year, so that cap space might even go up. Yeah, I'm not even close enough to my computer to see it, but yeah, that's the Detroit
extend. I'm not gonna.
I didn't tell you about this, and I apologize, but I did a quick little mock draft already, just because I was curious. So I want to see what I did with the Detroit Lions.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. See if that can.
Ooh,
yeah. I don't think I'm using corner. Who'd you go?
Lassiter, Kamari
Lassiter.
Yep.
Let's see. Where's he at? This makes for riveting content. I do appreciate it.
I apologize to all the viewers, but you know what the thing is?
Yeah, this mock draft has a corner going there too. No.
Who are you looking at?
Rakestraw from Missouri. I see him going there right now. A corner at the end of the day is what it kind of looks like. And if I just use PFF's handy dandy mock draft simulator and I just click, I'm just going to select enter draft, and I'm going to simulate the whole thing. I'm curious on who it gives. So the mock draft simulator for PFF automatically gives them a tackle, gives them Taylor Guyton, which Taylor Guyton that high, from what I've heard, feels a little high. So, yeah, I think that once we get into more of the draft stuff coming up in the offseason, literally week after the Super Bowl, we're hitting free agency, we're hitting the draft, we're hitting everything important. So I'm super stoked about that. So once we get into that portion of it, we'll get all the offseason notes in front of us a little bit more in depth. How I want to take it for the offseason, this is the first time I'm telling you too, and the viewers, is division by division. I want to take an episode. It'll be a whole division. Like, okay, we're going to take the NFC East, and here's how we're not fixing them, but playing GM for the NFC East. And this is how we're going to do it. And we're going to tool it all the way down, and how we're going to finish off every single one. Every episode is we're going to go 3-round mock draft for all 4 of those teams. And we're going to just draft it. So I think that's what we'll end up doing. Plus we'll do mock drafts and all that other stuff.
If we make it to the off season, for all our viewers out there, I don't know if you can hear it, but we got atmospheric rivers and pineapple expresses, and it's 70-mile-an-hour winds outside. So I don't know if it's if I'm hearing it from your side or if there's stuff going crazy outside my window, but it's popping off out there. So
I don't hear it.
Oh, it must be me.
It might be. No, I don't hear it on my end, so that's good.
I think to wrap that up, I think the Lions are going to be a destination this offseason. I mean, who doesn't want to play for Dan Campbell? They got the money. Yep. I don't know that they're super young all over the place. So I just,
yep.
It's funny. Dan Campbell acts like they ain't never making it back, but I got my eye on them. I'm a lot more worried about them than I am of the Eagles next year. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, I definitely would be too. I'm in that same